Hello, my name is Emily Pfister, and today I will be presenting my multimedia book talk on the book Wonder. Wonder is written by R.J. Palacio, and what makes Wonder an interesting book is that the story switches between multiple characters, so the reader really gets to understand the events and story from different perspectives of the people involved. So part of the book is written from the perspective of the main character, and then parts of the book are from the perspective of the characters around him, so the secondary characters. This book was published in 2012 by Alfred A. Knope, an imprint of Random House Children's Books, and Scholastic recommends that this book be used with fifth graders. So in this presentation, I'm going to convince you why you should read this book. Have you read Wonder yet? If not, here is why you should. A little bit more about the book Wonder. The storyline of the book focuses on the main character, Augie, whose full name is August Pullman, and he is a 10-year-old boy who lives in Manhattan in New York City and was born with very rare facial abnormalities. So the rest of Augie's family is normal, and he is the only one with these abnormalities. So they don't go into much detail about what exactly Augie has, what medical condition he has, but they describe his face a little bit. So he has small ears that are more just like folds of skin. They don't look like real ears, and he has trouble with his hearing. And he also has problems with his jaw and mouth. So when he was little, he had to use a feeding tube because he couldn't eat properly. His jaw was too tiny. And over the years, he's had many, many surgeries trying to correct his face. And because of these surgeries, he was very weak and in and out of the hospital for most of his life. He was getting multiple surgeries a year. So because of all this, he was homeschooled by his mom and really was sheltered by being home all day and not being around kids his age. So what happens in Wonder is that he begins school for the first time at Beecher Prep, which is a prep school right down the street from where he lives. So he walks to school every day and experiences school for the first time in his entire life. He obviously faces many challenges fitting in with the rest of the fifth graders because he is different from them. He has these rare facial abnormalities that are very, very noticeable. They're right on his face. You can read it right when you look at him that he is different. So he faces a lot of trouble and challenge with trying to be a normal kid and being seen and thought of as a normal kid. But Augie meets new friends named Jack, Summer, and Charlotte, who really show him what friendship is and what kindness is. In the end, he teaches those around him that it is what is inside a person that matters, not what they look like, not where they're from, not how they dress, not what they talk like, but what is in their heart. Are they a good person? That's what really matters. And that's the message of this book. For a short little exercise to try to put ourselves into Augie's shoes, let's just take a minute to imagine that this was you, that you are Augie. You have rare facial abnormalities that causes your appearance to be different from everyone else you have ever met, and you are one of a kind. You've been homeschooled by your mom for your entire life. You've had a very hard time medically. You get surgery a lot. You've been in and out of the hospital. You really know what pain feels like. You know what physical pain feels like, and you know what emotional pain feels like because people judge you and look at you differently everywhere you go. So for Augie, since he's never been to a real school before, he says, "I'm totally and completely petrified for this new experience. You're walking in on the first day. You have no idea what to expect, but you know that you want to fit in. You want people to like you and to see you for who you are and not for the differences that are on your face." So why should you read Wonder? Have you ever felt different from those around you? Have you ever felt lonely or judged or been bullied or considered an outcast? And the answer is yes. Everyone has felt this way at some point. Even if you are the most popular person in the world, there has been times when you felt singled out for something or judged for something, whether it be true or not. Just we all know that feeling when all of the eyes are on us and we're not sure if it's for a good thing or a bad thing. That's how Augie feels. And that's what we're trying to relate to. We can use our own experiences with being bullied or feeling alone and use them to try to understand what it feels like to have these rare facial abnormalities and to be considered so different, and what Augie must be feeling and going through as he transitions to a new school at Beecher Prep. And also a big theme in the book is kindness. So how do the other students treat Augie? What do you think they're going to do? Do you think they're going to be kind and offer to sit with him? Or are they going to be mean and taunt him for how he looks? So is kindness a choice? And by reading this book, you will learn that kindness is a choice. We always have the conscious decision to be kind or unkind. We always have the option to think about what we say before we say it. And that's kindness, because even though something is true, it can still be mean. It can still hurt someone's feelings. Pointing out to Augie that he looks different and his face is ugly might be true, but it is really hurtful and devastating and mean to say that to somebody. So we have the choice to be kind. Also, about kindness, what kind of kindness is better? Doing kindness and kind acts when someone is watching, or being kind when no one is watching? So there's a character in the book, his name is Julian, that you'll meet, and he tends to be kind when it benefits him. So if a teacher or a grown-up is around, he'll be kinder than if no one is watching. Um, or is the better kind of kindness to be kind out of the goodness of your heart, that you don't expect anything in return for your kindness. You are kind because you know that it will help them. So this is a book about friendship, character, courage, and most importantly, the choosing to be kind. So my own thoughts about Wonder were that I loved this book. It was a very fun read, and there were points where I was sad, points where I was really happy, points where I laughed. I couldn't put this book down. I read it in about 2 days, and it was just incredible. I like the message of the book too, that we are all wonders no matter how we look or how different we are. This book will help children develop feelings of empathy, to see the world from another's perspective, and to try and relate to their struggles. As we read from Augie's point of view, we'll see how he feels when other people do things to him, and use our own experiences to try to relate to that. So we are all capable of spreading kindness. It costs us nothing to be kind, but gains us everything. So this is that idea that we don't have to pay money to be kind. We could be kind for free, and it will gain us everything, in that people will see us as kind and want to be around us. Everybody likes a kind person. No one likes a mean person. So I recommend this book for all students, especially those who are feeling a bit lost with all the changes that come with being in 5th grade. You can relate to how Augie feels going through new things and meeting new people, and he feels a little bit lost too, so that would be a great way to relate to the book. Or people that just want to appreciate the small everyday blessings more that we take for granted. We forget how lucky we are to wake up in a warm bed and have legs that work, that can move us from point A to point B, to have family that cares about us and friends who see us as who we are and don't judge us. These are very small blessings that we all take for granted. And by reading this book, we might be able to appreciate what we have more. So the quote on the side says, "Don't judge a book by its cover," but it's crossed out to say, "Don't judge a boy by his face," meaning Augie, we shouldn't judge who he is by what he looks like. And we'll discover more about this when we read the book. So we are all Augie Pullmans. There's a little bit of Augie Pullman in all of us. We have all felt what it's like to be judged and isolated and ostracized. And we can all relate to what he's going through. So, Wonder, the book, has positively affected the lives of real children who live with craniofacial differences and who can relate to the struggles of Augie. So this video clip that I included, it was done by the Children's Craniofacial Association, and their motto is, "Remember, beyond the face is a heart." So even those who look different from us, they still have feelings and a heart and deserve the respect and love that we all want. So I'll play a little bit of this video for you. It's quite touching. Okay, so this video shows a lot of different kids that have craniofacial deformities, saying that they are Augie Pullman as a way of saying they relate to what Augie Pullman goes through. And when we read this book, let's keep in mind these kids, how they feel, what a trip to the grocery store might be for us just a normal everyday thing. For them, they might fear it because they worry about how people will look at them or say to them. And we can always choose kindness. So let's remember that as we begin to read our new book, Wonder. For this PowerPoint, I got all of my pictures from Google search, and I just searched um, the book. I just searched Wonder, and a lot of different things came up, so that's my source for my pictures. And for this video, I got it from YouTube, and the video is called "I Am Augie Pullman." So thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you go out and buy the book Wonder because it is a great read and you will have a lot of fun reading it. So thank you.